Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Scholz. Today we have our final Italian folktale of the week, and I promise this one is much better than the last two. It starts out slightly unhappy, but it gives you the ending that you're all looking for. This is Water and Salt. Once upon a time, there was a king with 3 daughters. These 3 daughters being at table one day, their father said, "Come now, let us see which of you 3 loves me." The oldest said, "Papa, I love you as much as my eyes." The second answered, "I love you as much as my heart." The youngest said, "I love you as much as water and salt." The king heard her with amazement. "Do you value me like water and salt? Quick, call the executioners, for I will have her killed immediately." The other sisters privately gave the executioner a little dog, and told them to kill it and rend one of the youngest sister's garments, but to leave her in a cave. This they did, and brought back to the king the dog's tongue and the rent garment. "Royal Majesty, here is her tongue and garment." And his majesty gave them a reward. The unfortunate princess was found in the forest by a magician, who took her to his house opposite the royal palace. Here, the king's son saw her and fell desperately in love with her, and the match was soon agreed upon. Then the magician came and said, "You must kill me the day before the wedding. You must invite 3 kings, your father the first. You must order the servants to pass water and salt to all the guests, except your father." Now let us return to the father of this young girl, who the longer he lived, the more his love for her increased, and he was sick of grief. When he received the invitation, he said, "And how can I go with this love for my daughter?" And he would not go. Then he thought, "But this king will be offended if I do not go, and will declare war against me sometime." So he accepted and went. The day before the wedding, they killed the magician and quartered him, and put a quarter in each of the 4 rooms, and sprinkled his blood in all the rooms and on the stairway, and the blood and flesh became gold and precious stones. When the kings came and saw the golden stairs, they did not like to step upon them. "Never mind," said the prince. "Go up, this is nothing." That evening they were married. The next day they had a banquet. The prince gave orders, "No salt and water to that king." They sat down at table, and the young queen was near her father, but he did not eat. His daughter said, "Royal Majesty, why do you not eat? Does not the food please you?" "What an idea! It is very fine." "Why don't you eat then?" "I don't feel very well." The bride and groom helped him to some bits of meat, but the king did not want it, and chewed his food over and over again like a goat, as if he could eat it without salt. When they finished eating, they began to tell stories, and the king told them all about his daughter. She asked him if he could still recognize her, and stepping out of the room put on the same dress she wore when he sent her away to be killed. "You caused me to be killed because I told you I loved you as much as salt and water. Now you have seen what it is to eat without salt and water." Her father could not say a word, but embraced her and begged her pardon. They remained happy and contented, and here we are, with nothing. And that is the Italian folktale from Popular Italian Tales by Thomas Frederick Crane of Water and Salt. As I said, the story starts off in a very dark place with the king ordering the execution of his youngest daughter. But, like every good folktale, she's saved, and of course, he feels terrible about his earlier decisions. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And don't forget, you can always head over to Patreon at patreon.com/folktaleproject if you'd like to help support the Folktale Project. For as little as $1 a month, you'll get early access to every story told. Next week, we'll be headed to Germany for 3 new tales, one of which, I promise, won't be from the Brothers Grimm. As always, thank you so much for listening.